Holy shit, we have a Twitter Files update. The thread reads, Twitter Files supplemental here at the Soyless Macho. This time it's gonna be real quick. Let's fucking go. Quick for real and not 20 minutes. The thread reads, Twitter Files Supplemental. On Friday, the first installment of Twitter Files was published here. We expected to publish more over the weekend. Many wonder why there was a delay. Now we can tell you part of the reason why the delay happened. On Tuesday, Twitter Deputy General Counsel and former FBI General Counsel Jim Baker was fired. Holy shit, it says FBI. This is like a X-Files conspiracy shit. It's conspiracy shit. But it's real. It's real. They had like emails. Oh my god. Oh my god. Jim Baker was fired. Among the reasons, vetting the first batch of Twitter Files without knowledge of new management. The process for producing the so-called Twitter Files involved delivery to two journalists, Barry Weiss and me, via a lawyer close to the new management. However, after the initial batch, things became complicated. Over the weekend, while we both dealt with obstacles to new searches, it was Barry Weiss who discovered that the person in charge of releasing the files was someone named Jim. Oh, Metacare! Jim, no! When she called her to ask Jim's last name, the answer came back, Jim Baker. My jaw hit the floor, Weiss said. The first batch of files both reporters received was marked Spectra Baker emails. Baker is a controversial figure. He has been something of a selig of FBI controversy dating back to 2016. From the Steele dossier to the Alpha server mess, he resigned in 2018 after an investigation into leaks to the press. The news that Baker was reviewing the Twitter files surprised everyone involved, to say the least. New Twitter chief Elon Musk acted quickly to exit Baker Tuesday. Reporters resumed searches through the Twitter file materials. A lot of it today. The next installment of the Twitter files would appear, I guess, in Barry Weiss' timeline. Stay tuned. So Twitter hired an FBI guy and was like vetting the Twitter files without Elon Musk's knowledge? What? What? That's just fucking crazy. Twitter resigned for PTL ministry over a cover-up of hash money to share secretary over an alleged... Oh! That was not the one. This is the one. A member of the Republican Party served W. Bush school. Wait, that's not the one? Is that the one? A former American government official at the Department of Justice who serves General Counsel of the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Controversy. Baker reported was under the Department of criminal investigation. In 2017, Sinclair-owned Circa reported that Baker was under Department of Justice criminal investigation for allegedly leaking classified national security information concerning the Trump administration to the media. Holy shit! Views on encryption. Baker had long supported legislation requiring encryption system to include a means to allow access by law enforcement with a proper warrant. Oh wow. Baker has argued that the cybersecurity threat has become so severe that law enforcement should embrace strong encryption and adapt to the lack of easy access to plain text messages in a published essay and in a press interview. But of course, I didn't stay with just reading Wikipedia. I went and did a lot of research. You won't even imagine the amount of insane shit that this guy would say. in literal interviews. And to the US Congress, I'll show you a supercut. I'll show you a supercut of one interview. I'll show you a supercut.
There is actually one person who knows all of this firsthand, the origins of the Mueller probe. His name is James Baker, the former FBI general counsel. He was there when the Russia probe started, which later, of course, became the special counsel Mueller probe. And that's one reason this man's name keeps coming up.
He says he told the general counsel of the FBI, James Baker.
We now know Comey sent the draft to his deputy director, Andrew McCabe, general counsel James Baker.
He was tweeting about James Baker, the former general counsel. Tell us why this James Baker news is important.
James Baker was the top lawyer at the FBI.
It was based on testimony by now a former FBI General Counsel James Baker. Mr. Baker, thanks for doing this.
Thank you, Chuck. How are you?
In hindsight, now that you've even read the Mueller report and you've seen all of that, is there anything you would have done differently?
I would have run screaming from the building.
All right, I want to get into some things. You testified to Congress that one of the predicates for opening up the investigation into the president is you thought after the Comey firing that he was somehow following directions, or perhaps was doing this at the behest.
We were looking at what Russia was up to generally and the threat that they pose. We were looking at what they were trying to do with our election. And then we were looking at the events, all the interactions that Director Comey had with the president leading up to the firing and then the firing. And I felt confident at that point in time that our investigative activities were lawful and appropriate.
I don't think it doesn't seem as if there was anybody at Trump Tower that was ever under surveillance. Is that a blanket statement that can, during the 2016 campaign, that can be confirmed or not?
I can't remember exactly what the government's confirmed about that.
The so-called Steele dossier, which is raw intelligence from somebody who at one time was a source. When you first got this information, did you know when this came into the FBI, did you know it had been gathered as part of essentially an opposition research request, first by a Republican donor and then eventually by the Clinton campaign?
Yeah, my recollection is that it came in with that information.
You did know that going in?
I believe that's correct, yeah.
All right, you bring up George Papadopoulos and that being the start, and you had a few FBI informants. I believe you had somebody that working for the FBI and also an informant in Stefan Halper. I understand you can't confirm. I understand that.
Yeah.
But this gentleman ended up in the White House for a White House meeting as an FBI informant. At some point, did you think, what have we? That was alarming to me to read that an FBI informant was still sort of actively helping your investigation, but also pretending to be a Trump ally. Do you see why, under that circumstance, perhaps why the president is so paranoid?
I understand why people are concerned about the power of the FBI and some of the investigative techniques that we use, again, without confirming or denying the specifics of what you're saying here. And the point is, what were we trying to do? What were we focused on? Again, I'm saying it again, we were focused on what the Russians were up to, why they were doing it, how they were doing it. We were trying to gather information about that. We weren't trying to gather information about politics or protected First Amendment activities. We don't do that kind of thing. We were trying to find out what the threat was from this particular foreign power.
Do you believe the president is upholding the Constitution?
I'll hold off on that judgment for the moment.
All right. Jim Baker, former general counsel of the FBI, thanks for coming on.
New information being released by Republicans on the House Oversight Committee concerning former FBI lawyer James Baker under criminal investigation for leaking information to the press.
So this guy, oh my God. So this guy works for the FBI. Knew the Steele dossier was just political opposition research paid by the Clinton. He said it. He put a spy on Donald Trump's inner circles. He said it. He said it on MSNBC as if it's not insane. And he told US Congress that Donald Trump fired FBI Director James Comey because he got told to do so by Putin, by Russia. Russia. That's insane. And of course, he got investigated by the Republicans. And of course, nothing came of it. Of course. And then what? And then he starts to work on Twitter. Then Elon Musk buys Twitter. Doesn't know the guy is an FBI spy. The guy goes through the Twitter files without Elon Musk knowing about it. He's vetting them. Then obviously Elon Musk just kick out the guy, just fire him. And now look at this on Twitter. Oh, Trump's organization is trending because of tax fraud. Breaking news. The Trump organization has been found guilty of all counts, including scheme to defraud, conspiracy, tax fraud. None of which involves Donald Trump, sadly. What a coincidence. Oh my god. What a effing coincidence. So that is all for today. Please like, subscribe. If you appreciate my super cat, could you give me a like? I would be so thankful if you gave me a like. Just a like, 10,000 likes, subscribe. I'm a brown person. Don't put this brown down. Gonna do a bunch of videos. I'm planning on everything. I have movie reviews coming. I'm gonna start making fun of woke movies because I've been watching them. I know a lot of people hate them. I love them. They're like The Room, Troll 2. They're like really funny. So excited. Have like the whole history of Kanye West, Meltdown. That's probably gonna be my next video in a week or two. Like my video. I love you guys. Thank you for watching me every time. See you soon. Bye everyone.